All right, let's see if we're live. All right. Pusha T never ceases to amaze me. Never. I don't know what it is about Pusha. He seems to be the one, even despite his age. I mean, and that's cool. No ageism. He seems to be the one who's always bringing all the tea, which is funny because his name is Pusha T, right? I said change his name to Pusha T, T-E-A, which I personally really enjoy. Pusha T seems to find a way to reignite all the beefs and just really be direct. And a lot of people, not a lot of people, there's a camp that criticizes Pusha T for like trying to do an album rollout. Let me just make sure I got this all selected here. Like as if he's trying to do a rollout with everything, right? But me personally, I think it's fully okay for Pusha T to just straight diss all these clown rappers. This whoever. I feel like Kendrick really reinvigorated that. And Pusha T, after seeing Kendrick win this amazing rap battle, right, against Drake over the past year, reignited, which really Pusha T sort of ignited in the first place, right? So Pusha T's piggybacking now and just really trying to jump on this and just bring back what he originally started, which is shut down these clown rappers. And it really, to me personally, I have no problem with Pusha T destroying any rapper that he finds. And Travis Scott being the one. And honestly, I don't even know how Drake got a pass. I wish he would just go at Drake here because really he's the biggest person that needs to be this. But Travis Scott, for some reason, people tend to keep giving him a pass. I don't know, as if he doesn't deserve to be dissed, as if he's not worthy of being clowned upon by Pusha. And I feel like, no, he should be clowned upon. There's no problem with that. These people who have jumped on the wave, who started as rappers and then went pop, they're the first people that need to be clowned upon. So Pusha dropping this, and me personally, I honestly thought this was about Kanye. I was so bad at this song. But what's up, Nikki Lewis? She's in the chat. How you doing? Finally, she's here. I love what you do, Nikki. Keep going. On your channel. So, the Pusha T, like I said, the So Be It drop to me was incredible. I love the song, one, and I love the sample. And again, with everybody jumping on this wave that, Pusha's just trying to do an album rollout, I don't mind it. I have no problem with that. And I have no problem with him dissing whoever let him speak on whatever he needs to speak on. People say that the age and this and that, he shouldn't be speaking on this, doesn't speak on that. I think there's no problem with that. So, I actually just wanted to start by, I don't even think I fully played the song or did a full reaction. So I'm actually let me play this song. I think, honestly, me personally, this song right now is one of the better hip hop songs that's been released ever since the rap battle. This is one of the best hip hop songs that's dropped since the battle. No cap, like really. Let me see if y'all can hear this.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here.
Now I'm gonna have to get copyright on this one, but let's just play it. I love the Arabic sample. I love that he's bringing all that back because I've heard it before in the past, and I feel like it's just so unique. Just something about that sample just makes it strikingly different than everything else that's out there.
16,000 square, 8 million up there, 2 million down here. When I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it.
Woo! Wait a second, I gotta get this. Let me keep the lyrics up here. Because sometimes you get so enthralled by the beat and the flow that people just don't listen to the lyrics. But he says here, when I was born, grandmama could see it. I be Bentley driven and very strategic. RM sleeve, no diamonds are needed. Floors are heated, so be it. I like that no diamonds are needed because it's a like something to all the rappers that basically, and it's funny because you do see Pusha T, you don't see him dripped out, right? Like that, you don't see him in all that. But saying that that's not what's needed, that's not what makes good music. But I feel like I don't, man, whoever knows some of these bars that are in this song or some of like the references, just drop them in the comments because I feel like I don't know the whole history of Pusha T and all the beef, like all the things as related to like the other side rappers like Travis Scott and all that. So anything you know, just drop it. But right here, effing with P gets something immediate. Oh my God.
Fucking with P, get something to meet you. Your soul don't like your body, we help you free it.
Woo!
Then we wait for TMZ to leak it. It ain't no secret, so be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it. Smoke.
I love this.
So be it. CLIP, SCFB, A-Ball LV. I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. I'm monogram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping into Steppy. Catch a $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 of them, call me Andretti. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti, then I'm twirling your bitch like she in spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too if you want 'em blue like Belly. Lot of jetting, Prada betting, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa Heaven.
Bro, this hip, right? I love the sound of this song. Like, I'm just crazy about this song. I love the vibe. I love the flow. It just brings back old. Maybe the new generation. I don't know if they're rocking with. I really don't know. I don't know if they're rocking with this, but this just brings back such old school hip hop vibes. 90s, early 2000s, just everything, like the flow, everything about it just feels so hip hop. Everything about this just feels so hip hop. Let me rewind this again.
LV, I can show you how to bust a brick if you let me. I'm monogram like confetti. Switch is ready. She leaning on Celine cause she ain't stepping into Steppy. Catch a $150 like each Pirelli. I got 8 of them, call me Andretti. If I'm not in the telly, selling the Yeti, then I'm twirling your bitch like she in spaghetti. Heavy, circle back and come and get this Kelly. And your ears too if you want 'em blue like Belly. Lot of jetting, Prada betting, 911s. I'm the who's who with what's what. Papa Heaven. Fuck around and get your body traced trying to test me. Cause niggas that I'm with like to draw when it's sketchy. If they catch me, don't forget me. Resurrect me.
Oh, wait, let's go back. He said, dudes I'm with like to draw when it's sketchy. What a fire line.
Buy a dog tag the same place that they would get me. Ski.
Which is culturally inappropriate.
So be it, so be it. Smoke. So be it, so be it.
You ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice. Been quiet, ain't right, you ain't Paris. Blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced. You ain't believe, God did, you ain't Khaled.
He still has it. You know, my understanding is that it used to be called No Malice, but he was called Malice, but then goes by No Malice because he became spiritual and he, but people seem to still call him Malice, but I think it's No Malice now because of the spirituality that he didn't want to perpetuate that idea of the malicious word. But you ain't solid, ain't valid, you ain't malice, been quiet, ain't right, you ain't Paris, blow money, you owe money, we ain't balanced, you ain't believe God did, you ain't Khaled, all black back to back, this ain't traffic, can't wrap your head around that, you ain't Arab.
All black, back to back, this ain't traffic. Can't wrap your head round that. You ain't Arab, y'all tweet, bird talk, we all parrots. Lone Star, cross the border, we like Dallas. 21, gun salute, we been savage. Tag 'em up, add 'em up, them niggas average. Fly 'em in, fly 'em out, only the baddest. If I had her, then you had her, she never mattered. Wish upon the stars on my roof, they all...
If I had her, then you had her, she never mattered. That's something that's funny because I hear this a lot in this on this hip hop scene where in terms of these rappers, how they share women and things like that. And pass them around. And I don't know how they get all hurt by them, the women not being loyal or whatever happens between them. But they seem to, I don't know, like, and it just shows you, like, it doesn't really matter if these women are not, like, if they're in a relationship where the person is not really, like, fully loyal, does it really matter? You never really had anything at that point.
Scattered, ain't no more Neptune, so peace Saturn. Off the first ski up, they re-up. It's a pattern, like middlemen, they killing them. You know what happened.
This is culturally inappropriate.
So be it, so be it.
This song fire, man. This song, I love this song. I love the way this song sounds.
So be it. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. Her utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat. The net gon' call it the way that they see it, but I got the video I can share and AE it. They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMZ it. So be it, so be it.
What's funny about Pusha T is that he's saying, lucky I ain't TMZ it, but then he dropped a song going crazy about it, right? Like releasing it or just discussing it. But something about, like, he seems really, really pissed at Travis Scott. And that's what this appears to be all about. I mean, I initially, 1982 Aries Baby, I pray that Pusha T finish off from the story of Adidon and finish peeling it back layer by layer. Drake deserves it. He has been sneak dissing Pusha T since 2018 all the way up. I really hope he stays on Drake's head. No Malice is a problem at 52. Don't they rap even at this age so, like, well? I need to know why the third head isn't speaking. That's the push I'm scared of. I don't know what brought him to really get back, like, what, people call this like an album, like a rollout or whatever. I don't know if that really is the case. And if it is, who cares? Like, it doesn't really matter to me. I don't know what made him want to go so hard against Travis Scott here. You cried in front of me. You died in front of me. Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me. I don't know all the references, except that we know that apparently his anger really stems from, let's read this. Pusha T references Utopia. Let me see if this doesn't show. Hold on. Pusha T references Utopia, Travis Scott's fourth studio album, using it as, what's that word? Representing Travis. He then alludes to a woman with a lip gloss venture performing well enough to not need Travis's money to live or eat. This is likely a reference to Travis Scott's ex-girlfriend, Kylie Jenner, who owns Kylie Cosmetics, a makeup brand valued at approximately whatever. Earlier, Pusha recalls a moment of vulnerability between him and Travis Scott, where Travis broke down, revealing his disdain for the high society lifestyle of Calabasas, particularly around figures such as the Kardashian-Jenner family. He's associated with them through his relationship with Kylie Jenner, with whom he shares a child. In an interview with GQ magazine released alongside, I'm gonna play some of these, but I want to play some of the He recalls when Travis originally previewed Meltdown for him and Pharrell Williams without Drake's verse, only for the released version a week later to include an unheard Drake verse. That's crazy to me. A lot of people making excuses for him. I'm making excuses for Travis Scott. I really don't know how they're making excuses for Travis Scott here, or like what the deal is. Why? I mean, they're trying to say he didn't know, or some people are trying to say he didn't know. I find that really hard to believe. There's no way Travis Scott didn't know Drake was going to be on that verse. And I think it actually makes it worse. Like, if he, people were saying that Travis Scott didn't know and Drake dropped the verse later, or like quickly before the launch of the song. But if that's the case and Travis Scott didn't know, and then he came to find out and didn't say nothing, that just makes it worse. Because you're like, here you have like people who are enemies. You're like a friend of this person, friend of that person. You show this person, your song. Then you end up dropping the song with the other person who's their enemy. That's dissing the other person. I don't know. It's just like you're entangled in this like web of lies, honestly, if you're Travis Scott here. Like, there's no question. And you cannot expect anyone like Pusha T not to feel irritated after that happens. This is Pharrell. And then you came and showed the verse. You showed the song to both of them. How does that even make sense? Like, that's way off to me. He also points out previous instances where Travis has been disloyal to fellow collaborators, such as dissing longtime mentor Kanye West with Sicko Mode alongside Drake, or previewing Like That with Metro Boomin and Future, which I thought this is kind of weird. Travis Scott seems to be the one just in the middle of all this stuff, but he kind of has nothing to do with it. But you know that it always. I mean, you can't like be at the forefront of these things and then just say nothing to do with it. Meanwhile, you're the person who rolled out these songs. In terms of Travis has been disloyal to fellow such a dissing longtime mentor Kanye West, which took him alongside Drake. That was crazy, actually. That's another thing. That's crazy, actually. I mean, Kanye West, I think he deserves it. I really could care less, but you're betraying the person who sort of kind of brought you, I think, under their wings in a way. I don't know Travis Scott's full, like his rollout of Like That, or how that really plays an impact on Pusha, or how that affects him. But I don't know. I find Pusha T's, I find what he's doing really funny. Let me get to some of these interviews for a second because I'm trying to see what's going on. All right, let's see what is the deal. So Pusha drops this song, and let's
Like, I don't want to hear that. I just thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, man, you know, we don't even want you here, to be honest. Like, we're not here to hobnob with any rappers. And I personally...
Hobnob? What? Pusha? Now, you know you're in trouble when someone says hobnob. Nobody knows what that means.
I just thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, man, you know, we don't even want you here, to be honest. Like, we're not here to hobnob with any rappers. And I personally don't like rappers who don't rap.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want it. So, you know, to come and interrupt the session, to do something backhanded and backbiting, and not for nothing, like, man, I didn't have to put my arm around you before. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to go along with the title, so be it. He does this numerous times. You know what I'm saying? He'll do it with his mentor.
Right.
Ye. You know what I'm saying? He was even instrumental in the whole beef now, the Like That verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Egging that on. I don't want nobody who don't rap to egg nothing on. You don't rap. Stay out of rappers' business. You specifically, stay out of rappers' business.
You know, the Travis Scott thing, it reminds me of Post Malone a little bit. Like, just the idea that people, I guess what he's trying to say is that, you know, these artists, I mean, Post Malone reference might be a little bit distant from this, but the way I see it is because these people, like, I mean, obviously Travis Scott's not white here, so that's different. But just the idea of like using hip hop as your cloak, you know, like you're hip hop. But then you kind of veer off, you know, like into this other scene where I don't really know. I mean, are you rap? Are you hip hop? Like his shirt here is Korn. Like, I have no problem with it. But like, that's like a metal band. You know, it's like, who's your audience right now? Are you really in hip hop? But yet you kind of stay in the scene, you know, and you kind of use it. So this is why I feel like Travis Scott deserves it or can get it from Pusha T. I don't see why people can say, you know, Pusha T's punching down or Travis Scott's not on the level. No, I mean, I think if he wants to stay in that mix, then he's going to be on that level. If he's dropping songs with a Drake verse on it, that is especially dissing other people in the scene, then, you know what I mean? Then you could get it. But, yeah, let me go see the other one. What do y'all think about Pusha kind of doing this publicly? Like, what do y'all feel about that? Like Pusha T doing this in a public setting. Like, we've never really heard this discussion before, and then here he is in a public arena, right, dropping it in a song. You know, is it something that feels disingenuous, or is it something that feels like, nah, it's genuine because this is true hate and this is where he wants to drop it in his music? What do y'all feel about that? So it says here, Pusha T doubles down on Travis Scott this. It's Travis. He's harmless. I took it there. He's shameless. You've seen him do it to everybody. It's funny. Bro, Pusha T seems like he hates this guy's guts. He hates this guy's guts.
Actually being...
And you know I'm scared for Travis Scott. I actually want to see something pop off, to be honest, because I would love a battle, especially someone like Travis Scott who wanted to start off through hip-hop and then like move into pop. I want to see the discussion. I want to see it happen. I don't think he should run away from it. But I feel like Pusha, when he hates someone's guts, like you gotta be careful, right? Because you see what he did to Drake. He really, I feel like was instrumental in the downfall of Drake and like moving that whole narrative along, where Kendrick came and just completely concluded it.
Being in Paris.
So be it, so be it.
He's shameless. It all came from actually being in Paris.
So be it, so be it. So be it, so be it.
Came through carrying the, the Utopia briefcase.
Right. Yep.
Doing his whole spiel.
Mm-hmm.
He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
Drake on Travis Scott talking about melting Pharrell's jewelry.
Yeah, and all of that. That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically, too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
And then to to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody. I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder before. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Cried in front of me. You died.
To me, it's kind of sad that these people.
I had to help you. People take that type of shit for granted. I don't take that for granted. So be it.
It's sad that these people don't feel like they are truly friends with each other. Like, honestly, it kind of feels low-key like gross that these people they have connections with each other. They know each other. They hang out with each other. They come to the studio with each other. And then they all just play buddy-buddy, but then end up like hating each other's guts. And then like one person comes out of nowhere, drops a Drake verse that's dissing the person he was just hanging out with. And then then in response, your quote unquote friend ends up dropping a whole diss song on you. Like, it's just like a whole charade. Like, these people just aren't really friends with each other. Like, it seems crazy to me. It seems to say, I personally don't care. I mean, we're fans, right? It doesn't really matter to us. But it seems kind of sad and pathetic in a way that you could hang out with these people and then instead of you approaching the person, you know what I mean, and saying like, and this is not a shot at Pusha T or anything like that. It's just a shot at the whole situation. Instead of telling like Travis, like, yo, you're crazy, right? Or like Travis calling Pusha T and saying, hey, I showed you that song, but you know what? I just want you to know Drake's gonna get on that song. And he's about to go in on Pharrell. I'm sorry, I got to do it, but I just wanted to let you know. It is what it is. Like, just be honest. Like, the fact that you had to hide that, you wake up the next morning and you see a Drake feature dissing you, or Pharrell, whoever, and your friend or whatever this scenario is, right? And then this guy gets, it's crazy. It's just, it's sad. Oh my God, the Justin Bieber thing's hilarious to me. He's saying, so he wanted Travis Scott to suppress free speech. No, it's not that. It's like, it's your friend who's not supposed to. Yeah, he could do free speech, but he's going to have to get consequences for his speech. That's all. Oh my God. Let's see here. Travis should have said something to Pharrell once Drake sent in his verse. Right. There we go. That's just what I said. Travis should have said something. But if we're being honest, why is it a bad thing Travis doesn't want to get involved? But with beef, like he says, like he stays neutral and works with whoever. Obviously, the Drake verse on Meltdown was something he should have told Pete. Well, you can't. That's the problem with these rappers, is that you are getting involved. So you can't say, like, why should he not get in if he doesn't want to get involved? But he is getting involved. That's like your friend hanging out with your enemy and saying, I don't really want to get involved, but you are getting involved, especially if you're egging on the other person or you're a part of the other person dissing me, right? Of course you should like, then you're in it. So that just, I mean, then you become enemies. I think it's pretty obvious. I don't really think it's that much difficulty in understanding. And the people saying that Pusha T's irrelevant and all this kind of stuff, like I know a lot of people, especially on TikTok, they're really big Travis Scott fans. The new generation, the younger generation are huge Travis Scott fans. People were saying that's like Travis Scott's like their god, honestly. And these people, they don't even really listen to hip hop. You know, like the younger generation or whoever's really into Travis Scott, I don't even think they're really into hip hop. It's just that they hear these like meme songs, you know, like Travis Scott, Fiend and things like that, and it's played at the parties and things. So they worship these people. But to me, there's never been a time in hip hop ever where I think numbers really matter. You know, even though that's like what people are saying today, like numbers matter, and that's a narrative being pushed because that's an easy narrative, right? Because it's like, I got more numbers than you, I could beat you. But that's never been the metric, right? In hip hop, Pusha T could be the person who dissed Travis Scott in hip hop could be a nobody. It doesn't really matter. Even if Pusha was completely a nobody, if he came and said something important and relevant in hip hop and it had an impact and it made a statement, and that's all that matters. That's all we care about. The numbers and all that stuff, like, who cares? Like, we know that Travis Scott does bigger numbers than Pusha T. That's not even an interesting narrative. Like, we know he's kind of gone pop semi or almost fully.
With Mufasa, first of all, fuck Travis Scott. Malice rhymed NASA with Mufasa, Fakacha, and Lady Gaga. And that really got me thinking about how much I hate Kanye West. I told Pharrell to make us some beats that will make our enemies drop to the floor and die. By the time we finished the album, we had no ops left standing.
What if Travis disses you back?
How would he do that?
By rapping?
Next question. People are saying that I shouldn't have called him a corny whore. Why aren't you asking him why he was being one? The label told us we couldn't have Kendrick on a song because it would get too hateful. Long story short, we on a different label now. Short story long, fuck all them niggas. Cocaine.
That's the big legend, man. This album's gonna bang.
Do I think his music is bad? Yes. Do I think his fashion is bad? Yes. Do I hate who he is as a person? More than anything. Your soul don't like your body will help you free it. That's something I said. Do those sound like the words of somebody you want to fuck with?
I don't
think so.
People do it anyway. So you know what? We're going to let God sort them out.
That's crazy. Oh my God. I personally am so excited about whatever Pusha T's doing. I really can't understand people who are not like into it or let him just go in on whatever because I feel like honestly, in my opinion, I think this is missing in hip hop, right? And Kendrick brought that back. It's just bringing back true emotion and true feelings and true narrative, things that are real, right? That's what I feel like we want to hear in hip hop. We want more of that. We're tired of you know what I mean? All like the fake, phony stories, like the fake personas. Like, if this is something that matters and it's relevant to him and he wants to put in his music, then so be it. So be it. Aries baby, whoever's on Travis' team and they care about him, they will tell him to ignore it. Yes, Pusha. I feel you. I mean, yes, I agree. Travis Scott should probably come nowhere near this. He shouldn't. And people saying that he should respond is people like me is because we want to see a battle. We want to see drama. You know, yes, I would like him to respond. Should he? Probably not. He should just fully ignore it. Which, you know, it's kind of funny because Drake sort of ignored it, right? We go back. And I feel like if Drake ignored it, damn, Travis Scott, you better not do a damn thing. Because Pusha seems to, which I mean, honestly, I really don't know because in the end, Drake ignored Pusha, but then didn't ignore Kendrick, who was the one who was going to really bury him. You know, so it's kind of interesting. But maybe it feels like Pusha has some sort of tea on these people, but I really don't think it matters. The whole whatever he has going on with Kylie Jenner, who cares? I mean, is Travis Scott we really take Travis Scott that serious in hip hop? Unless he has some tea that could hurt him in the pop scene, maybe like ruin his reputation in front of his fans, whatever. Because I mean, the rap fans are not his real fan base. Like Travis Scott, I mean, I don't think hip hop fans are his true fan base. I think he has a much wider fan base. So I don't know what else Pusha T could possibly say or do that could affect him. And maybe that's why he should probably ignore it. I don't think Travis Scott has said anything. There have been some blogs that have said that Travis Scott has responded, but I think it's from, as far as I understand, it's all AI memes. I don't think Travis Scott really went anywhere with this.
Disrespectful. I'm like, man, you know, we don't even want you here.
This is the same.
Like, we're not here to hognob with any
Hobnob. I think we saw this one.
And I personally don't like rappers who don't rap.
He makes a really good point about rappers who don't rap. Like, and I think that's definitely a big problem. I mean, it's the fact of that there's people who are rappers who don't really rap, who want to be on the scene and just not good rappers. And that's kind of what we're talking about. Drake is like, you know, is he a rapper? Like, he's a rapper, but he doesn't rap, right? It's just, I think that's just like, I don't know, it just irks us. I don't know. And I feel him on that, you know? It's like, it's kind of sad to see the trajectory of hip hop and how it's gone from Nas, which I want to get to later, to people on top who aren't really rapping, you know? And when you actually rap, it's made fun of, you know? It's like considered like, and I think that's why we're really trying to ride, you know, the coattails of Kendrick here, is because I think he's trying to bring back real rap. Pushes our intrusive thoughts out loud. That's a really good way to put it. That's a really good way to put it. And, you know, I don't think people should undermine this at all, because I think this could bring a really big revolution into hip hop. Is whatever Travis Scott, as much as people try to undermine it and say he's irrelevant, Travis Scott's so big, you would be surprised, right? Like, you would never know. People said that about Drake, and then there's Drake trying to do everything to get back into the light.
Came from actually being in Paris.
So be it, so be it.
I think we saw this one.
So be it, so be it.
Came through carrying the, you know, the utopia.
I'm confused as to why this song is not on the DSPs. Like, I can't find it on Spotify. I really don't understand why this song is not on Spotify. I mean, I don't know. Usually that stuff happens when there's like a sample clearance issue, but I mean, did it really have that much difficulty in clearing the sample he had? It's an international sample. I mean, not that that's, you know, I mean, necessarily makes it easier, but I don't know. I don't know why it's not on DSPs. I'm confused. I really want to blast the song, but I just can't find it on Spotify. Now, I don't know. Is this going to drop with the album? I don't know if this was just for the rollout. I really don't know where this is going, but how the hell is he in Paris? So be it so quickly. These people just like, he's like, I feel like, I do have to say, it does feel like Pusha T had a rollout ready to go. There's no doubt about that. I don't care, but there's no doubt about that he had this mapped out and planned. Because the song just dropped, and like, I think like within like hours, like all the interviews already went viral. New York Times, on this podcast, that podcast, talk about the same thing. Usually, I feel like that would take a little bit of time, you know what I mean? But it was just like, bam, the song dropped, bam, interviews, bam, the drama, and now he's in Paris singing it. Like, when did this song just drop? A few days ago? So it's kind of insane. So I feel like he's really had this, which to me is smart. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. If he wants to use drama for the rollout, that's fine. Like, isn't that what everybody does? Like, so who cares? And if it's something he wants to speak on and use it as a stepping stone, then it is. It is what it is. This is the moment to talk about it. What other moment is there going to be for him to talk about this situation? You know, for a second, I thought Drake was there. I thought Drake was in the back. I was going to lose my mind. Like, hold on for a second. Wait a second. Look at this. I thought that was, imagine Drake on stage. Pusha T. Look at the guy in the back.
They wouldn't believe it, but I can't unsee it. Lucky I ain't TMC it. So be it, so be it.
That sample goes crazy.
So be it, so be it.
Now, did Pharrell work on this song? That's like, was he actually part of the production? If he was, that makes a lot more sense as to why this kind of took off in the right way. My only concern with this beef is like, I don't think Travis Scott's that important. You know, that's my only take on this, is that I don't think people in hip hop really give two damns about Travis Scott, to be honest. Yes, he has a huge fan base. I mean, he was in MetLife not that long ago, and with the roller coasters in the stadium and all that kind of stuff, same place where Kendrick was. And he has a huge audience. I just don't think his audience are necessarily rap fans. So to me, I kind of was hoping he would drag Kanye West to this. I might make a little more relevant. I just don't think Travis Scott's that important. I don't know. I don't think it's that important. It's fun. It's interesting. The song is fire. I don't think we care about Travis Scott that much. Unless Travis Scott is gonna respond or say something in rap, like if he was to rap, then it would become relevant. Like if Travis Scott was to respond in rap, but why would he? Why would he? Like, if you go after Post Malone, you know what I mean? Like, is he going to come back and do White Iverson? You know what I mean? And come back at you? No. He's going to act like he doesn't. I don't know who they are. I don't know what's going on with that. I have nothing to do with that. Which probably is the right thing to do if you don't want to get dragged. So, I don't know. I don't know what y'all think. What y'all think about whether or not Travis Scott should respond, whether he will respond, whether if he responds it even matters. I don't know. You know, so I wanted to see this, but maybe this could become something bigger than what it could be. Like, I don't know, maybe it would be interesting if Pusha T has more to this rollout and has some more tea on some other people and some more drama, like, and it kind of continues and we see something more interesting happen. What do y'all think? Maybe they still have issues with UMG. Number one trending on YT. Probably not a coincidence it's not on DSP. Yeah, but why? But so what if it's trending on YT? Oh, you mean probably not a coincidence as to why it's not there? I don't know. I don't know why. He's important enough to discuss. Oh, that's true. He's definitely important enough to discuss push and get this 100%. That I feel and that I like and that I have no problem with. I just don't know how interesting this ends up being. You know, because I don't know. I really don't care that much about Travis Scott, to be honest. I don't really think it matters. I don't think he's dropped any music unless he ends up dropping something with Drake. That'll be kind of crazy. Like if Travis Scott, that would get kind of interesting. If Travis Scott stays quiet because his music in and of itself is not really going to make an impact on hip hop. But if he drops something weird with Drake, that actually will work really well. I actually think it would be good for Drake to get in another way to, but I don't think Drake wants a problem at this point. I don't think he wants to start battling again, to be honest. I don't think he wants to bother with that. Screwface John had something here. He said, I really don't understand why it mattered when Drake sent the verse or what it changes. Because if Travis had the verse when he played it for the clips and didn't play it, that's shady. And lame because you let him diss Pharrell in your album. But if he got Drake's verse after, then it's still shady. That's what I said. And lame because you let him diss Pharrell on your album. The only difference is that if he had it before, he also looks scary for not playing it. And that's how I see it. I feel like, honestly, there's no difference whether he had the verse then, didn't have the verse then. The bottom line, you dropped the song with Drake. That's it. And you diss Pharrell. That's case closed. Like, nothing else is needed beyond that. I didn't know. I wasn't sure. He came on later. Like, it doesn't matter. That's like you're friends with someone. There's your enemy. And then your friend brings your enemy to the party and starts hanging out with the enemies. I didn't know they were going to come. You invited them. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like, you can't. They called me last minute. Yeah, but you brought them. You know what I mean? Like, you brought them though. So like, it doesn't really matter. I don't know. It makes no sense. It doesn't make any difference whether he knew or didn't know. I think that's the problem. Drake did not ignore Pusha. He got involved with something that had nothing to do with him. This was Birdman and Lil Wayne beef. I mean, Drake didn't ignore Pusha. I mean, I think he sort of backed down and didn't continue it for too much, right? That was my understanding of their battle. Is that he didn't continue it. And you saw what happened when he continued with Kendrick. But Drake's verse on Meltdown. Tea time, like I got a cup of, oh my God. Tea time, like golf at 5:45. I love to F. Oh my God. This is so sad, these lyrics. It's so sad, bro. What is this shit, man? I love to F on a regular. Famous hoes lame, but they still. What is this nonsense, Drake? This was the verse on Meltdown? Oh my God. Heard your new joy is embarrassing. You talk to the cops on some therapist shit. This is crazy. It's crazy, the irony and the complete twisted, like everything that has aged so badly with Drake. Like every lyric has become a contradiction. Every lyric has become a contradiction with Drake. You act like you love this American, but really the truth is you scared of the 6. What? You act like you love this American shit, but really the truth is you scared of the 6. But that's Canada. You scared of the 6. Your bodyguard put in some work on a fluke. Now you want to go and inherit that shit. Don't talk to the boy about comparisons or come to the boy on some arrogant shit. The weapons. This is like Drake going really in here. Too. This is like Drake really going in. So Travis Scott really gave him a platform here. Like TV producers, we airing this. Oh, where are we? She asked for bread for her parents and shit. I told her I don't got no cash. And she said she could wait on a rack on some Arabic shit. I pull out $1 million. That's kind of funny. And wait a second. Is that why he did the Arabic sample? Is that why Pusha T? That's crazy. That's disgusting. Like if he would have done that, that's actually fire. If he used the Arabic sample because of these like weak lyrics, I pull out $1 million and stare at the shit. My dick just get hard because a wire just hit. My schedule is out. Come spin us for real. Man, F all that spinning the narrative shit. I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss. Ow. Give an F about all that heritage shit since. Hold on. Give an F about all that heritage shit since V not around. The members done. I can't, this Genius thing like throws me off every time I click it. Why is it messing up like this? Okay, so it says here, Drake's schedule being out refers to It's All a Blur tour with Atlanta native 21 Savage. The tour maps across the United States and Canada, starting from July 5th and ending on October 9th, 2023. Drake states that if anyone has a problem with him, they can come to his show as the dates were revealed. Furthermore, For Real sounds similar to Pharrell, a reference to Pharrell Williams, who Drake alludes to following this lyric. The promotion for Her Loss, the collaborative studio album between Drake and 21 Savage, was heavily reliant on Vogue magazines being produced and sold, while each round of magazines further teased the release of the album. Weeks after the release of Her Loss, Drake and 21 Savage were forced to remove the faux magazines from production as they were hit by a lawsuit from Condé Nast, a media company. Despite Vogue's American roots, the center of fashion is often considered Paris, hence the reference. Wow, so there's a lot going on here. Like, this isn't like light. Maybe that's why Pusha T went to Paris and is doing this. It's actually bigger than we thought. Man, these people, this is like complex. Virgil got the paddock on my wrist doing front flips. Drake sends shots toward Pharrell Williams, who's the newly appointed men's creative director for Louis Vuitton, replacing Virgil. Thus why Drake states that the fashion company isn't as popular. Damn. I know Drake's not talking about fashion. What is the deal with Drake and this Morgan Wallen thing? Like, what is going on with bro? What is happening? I open this up and I see this thing, right? So Drake and Morgan Wallen. I have no idea. Y'all tell me who the hell this country singer is. But Drake's too. All right. So it says Drake and Morgan Wallen are label mates, but Drake's too smart to not know the message this sends. And if it was blind spot, that's what a team is for, to catch what you might miss, unless no one around you feels comfortable speaking up. I don't know enough about Morgan Wallen, like, and what he's doing and what his deal is. Like, he's a country singer, right? So what is the deal with this guy? Two racists collab, no big deal. Who is this guy? Morgan Cole Wallen is a Grammy-nominated country pop singer and songwriter from Sneedville, Tennessee. Sneedville. He first gained recognition on season 6 of The Voice in 2014. So this guy was on The Voice, it says. He was eliminated during the playoffs. Wallen is known for his soulful voice and relatable. So what's up with this guy? Like, who is this guy? Why are people tripping on? Like, what's the deal? I heard something about him using the N-word or saying something. Like, I don't know I don't know anything about this guy. What the deal is? Let me look at some of these comments. Why'd they bring this guy out? Why'd they bring this guy out? Like, what does Drake have to do with this guy? Like, what is the connection here? Like, yeah, you want artists' whole career to be about PR. No wonder why they all robots. How's that approach going for Kanye? What are you doing is called double binding. You can't exclude one artist from criticism, then turn around to punish Drake when they get included into someone else's problem who's trying to clean up their image. It's always but when it comes to Drake. He has no self-aware. He doesn't care about anything but sales. Country music is topping the charts, so time is ticking before Drake. I mean, I think this is the problem that we all have with Drake. It doesn't really... Now, this guy being racist, that wouldn't, like... He was an event in Houston. The boy lives in Houston now. Yeah, okay. Like, I know he lives in Houston, but he needs to get out of Houston. He left Toronto. It's crazy. And then he dropping songs like Tumaza with the Toronto accent, bro. Drake, he's like, he never ceased to amaze me as to like what the hell he's about. We have no idea. You drop songs like with the Toronto slang, Toronto accent. Now you're hanging out with the country singer. Like, he's doing anything, I think, to fix the reputation, for clicks, for views, just to up his reputation, to get in front of different audiences. I don't know how much the country audience really knew about the battle, so maybe he wants to get in front of those people. I think he's trying really hard and really... He's spending a lot of time trying to fix that reputation, I think, more on like a global scale, not so much with rap. I think he knows like his reputation within rap is kind of cooked. So I think he's just doing anything he can just to kind of maneuver around that. I mean, and I don't know what the significance is of him going to this country, what the benefit is for him. I mean, in front of these fans probably don't know much about Drake either. I mean, maybe they know some of the old, some of the pop songs that came out. And people seem to be going at this guy. How do you genuinely claim to be unbiased and tweet bullshit like this? He was literally in a Drake music video in 2023. Why didn't you have any think pieces then? He was in a Drake music video in 2000. Okay, why was he in a Drake music video in 2023? Like, I don't know. Man, this needs a little more. What is the connection between them? Where was the think piece when he was in Drake's music video? I was on vacation. That's funny. Like, what? And you were on vacation when Morgan did a collab with Lil Durk and Moneybagg Yo as what? Man, the Drake stands are here. The Drake stands are in these comments, bro. They're not letting up on this guy. Or Lefty Gunplay got exposed for calling a black woman. Huh? I didn't even, these double stands. I don't know. I hate when people say this because I'd have to do research to figure all this out. Like, is that true? Is it like, where's all the confirmation on this? If that's the case, I guess people seem to be like, the Drake stands really stick to this narrative where it's like, why does Kendrick get a pass, but Drake doesn't get a pass? A pass for what? Like, I mean, Kendrick having some features on his GNX album, I don't know if he can speak on everybody's reputation. Like, I don't think that's fair. But Drake, you're being pulled into this guy's concert, showing up, right? Like it's just like they're two different things, you know. Like people try to use, but they're two different situations. In that case, you right? Like, why are you going there? What's making you be there? Right? It's a big difference. Like, you can't ask Kendrick to speak on every single person that happens. But like, if Kendrick goes to like shows up to Lefty Gunplay's, you know, thing or whatever, you know what I mean? His concert or in front of whatever, you know what I mean? And is dragged out, and then I don't know, then there's a connection there. Yes, I think in that case, it could make a little bit of a difference. Do you think about this message when Moneybagg and Dirk made music with Morgan Wallen? I don't know that happened. So if that's the case, do y'all see any difference between that? Iceman's probably going to be a country album. Imagine his repping Cook since the beginning. Drake always been a cornball, but made jiggy music. You think this Iceman thing is real? Is he really gonna drop a rap album? Bro, that would be crazy. I don't think he will. This guy is crazy. What is he showing now, bro? What's playing here? Is that Morgan Wallen? I don't even know how to say this guy's name because it sounds like a little bit of hip hop. I mean, in a way, this has got to be the move for Drake here. I don't see any other way. I mean, he's really trying hard to get anywhere he can, like any way away from like the scene that he originally popped off from, and now that's kind of like people are like not feeling it no more. But him going trying to do any other thing he could possibly do to stay away from that, like get on a country, you know, country artist's fan base, you know, who really probably knows nothing about what's going on or really probably just know Drake by name. So he's really just trying to move away from that and just make like build his reputation off from that. Just kind of stay away. Most of the people on Kendrick's album just got released from prison. They weren't lying about being fresh out of level 4. Kendrick was giving the guys a second chance, hoping a role model. Yeah, I could see that. I could definitely see him doing that. That's why I don't think he should speak on anyone's behalf. Peppermint, yes, it's real. Maul has confirmed that Maul may be biased as hell, but when it comes to the boy info, he's usually right. Is he gonna? What did Maul say about? Let me see. And Drake or Iceman, what did he say about it?
Gang, I'm just gonna be honest. He's healing. Self-inflicted wound by trying to go at this man, and he lost bad and terribly. But he's healing, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. He's healing. He's making things better, and the music is moving. He had it, like I told you last week. He had a 8,500% increase in his music sales out of nowhere. We still don't know what happened. They claim it was the vinyl sales. We don't know what happened, but slowly but surely, he can hold his chin up, like that girl.
I have to say, I do feel like I said, it's crazy to me is that I do feel that Drake, in a weird way, low key, like Kendrick revived him a little bit. I think there's a lot of eyes on him. I think he's lucky here because I think that despite the battle, as much as I said, like, bro, he's cooked, but like at the same time, this has a lot of eyes on him, and he has this. It's like he has this chip on his shoulder that he can use by him suing UMG to sort of, you know, spin off of and try to, you know, do all this other, now, I don't think the numbers are there. We'll see. I mean, I don't know how this all plays out, but he is getting this little bit of momentum back, I would say, which is not what I've seen last year. So how this plays out gets a little bit interesting.
In that video, when that boxer was walking out of the ring, he had got knocked out and he had his head down, and she just lift his head up like that. So somebody just lift his head up. Okay, he's walking. He's feeling better now. Okay, now he can drop this so-called Iceman with this so-called bomb. He on the phone chatting it up with Maul. I guess they done cooked up something, and Maul love it, but it ain't easy to make. It's easy to make Maul flip up and down, throw his phone against the wall. Like, whatever he played for Maul, Maul's like, oh, that's a bomb. He threw his phone, bam. He got reserved phones in the closet. He's got another phone up. Let me continue. While Drake hasn't announced a release date for the new solo album, Iceman, the hype for it began long time ago. Ever since the Kendrick Lamar battle, fans have been particularly curious as to how the Sixth God will return in a solo capacity. According to Maul, he has more big moments to give. As caught by NFR Podcast on Twitter, the commentator and media personality gave fans a hint about Drizzy's next track list on the social media platform. Quote, Iceman got a bomb with 3 money bag emojis, he tweeted. Of course, the question now is the following. What in the world could this bomb be? It invokes the red button discourse that preluded Family Matters.
But I don't know if like Drake I don't know if that's the case. Like, I don't know. People say, y'all saying that Maul doesn't lie. I mean, Drake himself said he had a red button that kind of went nowhere. I mean, it was a good attempt. But man, this could be, I don't know. Where do y'all think this goes, this Iceman album? What y'all saying? Skippy, when it comes to info on the boy, he has been right. When it comes to Dot, he doesn't. I don't know where this Iceman album goes. What's the prediction? Is this going to be rapidy rap? Is he going to be rap? But the reason why I'm not sure if this Iceman album is going to be rap is that, like, by him going to this country person's Morgan Wallen's concert, I mean, that doesn't seem to be leaning that he would be rap. But then again, the Tumaza and the Toronto stuff, kind of was rapidy rap, was Toronto rapidy rap, it sounded like. So I don't know. I mean, it kind of goes both ways. I don't know if he does. He has a chance right now to, if I'm Drake right now and I'm going to drop this Iceman thing, I think he's just going to have to really try to drop some rapidy rap and also some Drakey Drake stuff. That's it. He's got to mix it up. But it can't be no, 2 sexy songs, 2 garbage songs for you or whatever that, too many garbage songs for you. Can't be that. It can't be, I don't think Drake's going to go anywhere if he tries the R&B tip again. If he tries that R&B stuff again, I don't know. He needs a little more Nokia. He's going to need some Nokia. He's going to need some rapidy rap to get at us so that we can react to, which I will, and I will get into. I want to see what he's going to say. He's going to have to address the issues. He's going to have to make it interesting. He's going to have to reveal some tea. I don't think he can't just straight go at Kendrick. I think he's going to have to avoid being direct at Kendrick. He's going to have to completely avoid being direct at Kendrick. Just do you. Just drop the music, rapidy rap. Let's hear what you have to say, Drake, and mix it up with some Nokia. Then I think he might. All eyes on him right now. I mean, in terms of what he's going to come back with, all eyes on him. Because Kendrick, unfortunately, I don't want to say unfortunately, I mean, like, it's still there, but like Kendrick's shine is just like lasted. Not that it won't last, it'll keep going, but now Kendrick's just, he's just enjoying the victory. And I'm kind of concerned about Kendrick being on, I'm a little bit concerned with Kendrick being on the global tour, right? Him leaving the US. I think like, where is he now? I think he's going to start doing the international scene. So I'm a little nervous about Kendrick being away. He dropped GNX. We're done. GNX was a beautiful album, amazing. He did the Super Bowl. Now he did his tour. I think he's done with the tour, in the US. Now he's in Canada. Now he's going to probably go international. Now what happens, right? What happens next? Like, how does this continue on? So for Drake now has a chance to sort of kind of sneak in somewhere, right? Like, kind of sneak in where like Kendrick now is, I don't know when Kendrick is going to drop the next album. Who knows? Who knows when Kendrick's going to drop the next album? Probably he doesn't need to bother with that right now. But Dot and the Boy will be in Europe at the same time. Drake's going to be in Europe when Kendrick is? Why? What's Drake doing in Europe? What is he still on? Is he going to go on tour? Or is he just doing a few songs here and there? Don't mind the sales. Morgan Wallen is #1 out here. Yeah, what do you mean by that, P. Crawley? That Morgan Wallen is #1 out here and party's dying. Don't mind the sales. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. Time will tell what's going to happen with Iceman. There's one. There's this. Let me finish this up, actually.
And I don't think Family Matters was no kind of bomb. I'm just going to be honest. It invokes the red button discord that preluded Family Matters and Meet the Grams, and this similarly led to many to interpret Maul's words through the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef lens. However, there's really no specific indicator that suggests this is the case. So let me go on a limb. I'm going to say that this bomb, right? If it ain't his daughter, right? I don't think Maul would be proud of that, because it could be. It could be his daughter. It could be some kind of record where he's going at Kendrick. But the most plausible bomb, right? The most plausible bomb, and I saw this, and I might do a whole separate video on this, but I saw a tweet that he allegedly has a J. Cole feature. Now, that could be the bomb that everybody's waiting for, and that honestly would shake the concrete a little.
Nah, J. Cole. Oh my, J. Fold. Jay backstabbing Cole? Yeah, that would be a bomb. That would be a bomb. It's not unexpected. I expect that. Like, that's not unexpected. I would completely see Cole doing that. Because he showed his true colors in Port Antonio after the beef was over. Nothing to say, backed out, then came back, doubled down on his love for Drake. And I don't think Drake really received that really well. That's the other thing I kind of found funny, is that I don't know if Drake actually received Cole's reaction, Cole's response. He never did anything publicly. I don't think Drake ever publicly reacted to Cole's endearment of him when he came back, right? The love letter he wrote to Drake. Drake never even received it. But for him to receive it finally on the next album and have Cole as a feature, that would be interesting. I don't know if it would be a bomb, but that's, to be honest, if this beef were to come full circle, it has to happen, because the beef started with Cole and Drake in the first, and that might set off Kendrick to come back. It was already that song between them that, how can he diss anybody when he filed a lawsuit for bringing this? Yeah, who knows, bro? There's no way. Drake liked to post on IG of Port Antonio. Okay, I didn't know that. Not enough, though, Drake. Not enough. You should have done more than that. But that would be kind of interesting. Yeah, for sure, that would be interesting.
A little bit. Let's just be honest. All of us, me, you, and I, and you know how I feel about J. Cole right now. The friendly neighborhoods ghost right now. I feel like he just scary as hell, just like Drake. So it wouldn't move me, but I still, in the interest of hip hop, I would have.
Oh, is that it? Oh, that's it. I guess because the whole video. Yeah, I could see that. Maul, is this beat on Ice, man? Let me see, what is this? Bro, if Drake does more of this nonsense, bro, I'm not feeling it, bro. He's gonna have to do something different. I don't want to hear all that. I don't know. Honestly, this whole album could be a sleeper at this point. I'm trying to hear some beats like this. And it's probably sad for me to expect that Drake is actually gonna rap on this. It's pretty sad. I feel like deep down I doubt it. I have a hard time believing that Drake could actually rap at this point. I don't know. I don't know. Unless he throws us for a loop. I have no idea. Unless he throws us for a loop. Switches it up. And when will he drop this? When will he drop this? I don't know what the predictions are. Y'all tell me. That said 2025, they still moving on some scary shit. I wouldn't put anything past anybody. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Did y'all see this Nas and Jim Jones thing? Not really Nas and Jim Jones. This Jim Jones thing. This shit bothered me so damn much. This bothered me so much. What Jim Jones said, I just can't even fathom it. I don't know. Let's just listen a little bit.
Saw a clip on the Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
that's my young boy.
big hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my era too. I mean,
so
well,
to be compared,
let me that young kid out. Let me.
He was young, and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break this down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade.
Yes.
So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like, you dig?
Nas came out when he was in the 11th grade. How could that be? How old is Jim Jones? Jim Jones is 48. I mean, that kind of, I guess, like, if you go back, that could make sense. But how old is Nas? How old was Nas when he dropped Illmatic? 51. I mean, they're not that far off in age, to be honest. I'm just not so sure how it makes sense that he was still in high school.
Came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan. Period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you got to realize that your rivals would be idols, and not to take anything away from that. I developed my own style and my own lane that these kids start to gravitate towards.
Right. Jim Jones ain't even better than Mike Jones. They're 3 years apart, so I don't know how he's talking as if Nas is old as. Yeah, I don't know how. I can't make sense of it. But how old was Nas when he dropped Illmatic then? How old was Nas when Nas was 20 years old? He dropped Illmatic. I don't understand it. I'm not trying to do the math right now, but I don't understand this, to be honest with you. He's 20. I guess that, okay, so if he's 20 when he dropped Illmatic, and he's 51, and then he's 48, so let's say 3-year difference, so then he was like 17. Okay, I can see that. So then Jim Jones was like 17 when Nas Illmatic first came out, which is probably one of the top 10 albums historically in hip-hop. I mean, Nas Illmatic has got to be, I can't even understand this conversation. I don't even know how he could even, I don't know where this conversation could even stem from. Like, we're talking about, this is like, Jim Jones, he's not even like, probably not even 5% of what Nas is.
Towards the same way I gravitated towards Nas when I was younger and things like that. It's a whole different generation. We talking about 94, 93. I was in 11th grade. Nigga, it's 2025.
So what?
There's a big gap there. You know what I mean? And I want people to understand that. So when shorties,
you know, this part of the conversation is what really pisses me off. I can't understand the hip hop. Why is it that this is the only genre where people will have no problem disrespecting the GOATs? I can't figure this out. This shit pisses me off so damn much. How can you be a rap fan? How could you be a rap fan and even make a statement like whatever it is that anything has to do with Jim Jones being better than Nas, which is crazy that Jim Jones, I think himself is saying that, but I think this actually stemmed from a younger fan saying that he knew more of Jim Jones than Nas. But that's insane to me. Like that statement doesn't even. What other genre disrespects the GOATs like that? I don't care if you just started listening to hip hop in 2025. The statement can't be said. You have to know the GOATs. Like, they can't be touched. They can't be touched. I don't know. This is the only genre of music where people can say these wild statements. Wild statements. Like when Lil Yachty said he thought Tupac and Biggie were boring. I don't know what kind of weird statement he said, but like that just, man, that's like a complete ick to me. Like, I just don't understand it. It feels like that just can't be done. Can't be done.
He's telling people that, yeah, he's 20-some years old. That goes to show the part of the era that he's in, that I came into light and started going crazy, that these kids love me. They don't really.
I mean, he has one point, not that he's anywhere near Nas, but that when he started making music, I guess it was later, right, than when Nas came in. So, yeah, maybe someone might know a song of yours that's more recent, but you're nowhere near the GOAT who had 27 songs on the Billboard charts and an album, probably multiple albums that people would consider classics, but one definitely that is probably top 10. Probably one of top 10 of all hip hop. I'm talking historically. I'm not talking about of recent. I'm saying, like, if you put hip hop on a scale from when it started to the end, Nas has one of the albums there. Jim Jones, you don't
really know who Nas is. If he's 22, he's born in 03.
Not all of them. Some of them know. But
you know what I mean?
A lot
like,
of them know.
Yes.
But it's the era.
Some music.
No,
there's some kids that.
No, I love that.
There's some kids that love hip hop.
20, so I mean,
but he's your son.
He's your son.
He's your son.
No, but he knows.
My son can't tell you one Nas record. You heard? Like, let's keep it a buck here.
Yeah, but
like,
keep it.
Bro, you're not keeping nothing about, bro. You complete cap right now. You're complete 100% cap out of all this. Who cares what your son can recite? Some people had some funny comments and said, "Are you a good father if your son doesn't know a Nas song?" I actually thought that was kind of funny because if you're Jim Jones and your son doesn't know a Nas song and you're a rapper, that's insane to me. And he probably only knows your song because you're his father, if he knows anything at all. I think I could talk to this generation. I don't think they know a Jim Jones song either. So I think that argument is right. Y'all are both almost the same age. I don't think anyone in this generation knows Jim Jones song either. But that argument, it has to be put to bed because it doesn't really matter. Nas is not really current, right? So that's understandable. But the fact of in this genre, people of current can go back to the GOATs and disrespect them. Like, that's like you're saying you're better than Rakim, or you're better than, Run DMC, or you're better than like people who were like way before you, like that, where they're untouchable. Right? These are GOATs, they're untouchable. So why are you even bringing them in the conversation except for rage bait? And why is that even approved of? Like, why are you in hip hop think that that's an okay thing to do? I feel like that should just revoke you just being involved in the genre at all. That should revoke your name in hip hop.
Let's keep it a buck. You heard? Let's keep it a buck because you'll bring it up. There must be some type of misconception or what's that word when it comes to Jim Jones and what Jim Jones have done in this game. A lot of these rappers,
we made them take the darkies off.
A lot of these rappers have done a tremendous job, and I take nothing away from them. But they forget I got a hell of a catalog. Me, Jim Jones, myself, bro. Gold records, platinum records, gold.
The self-delusion's insane. These rappers, and you're talking about Nas. The self-delusion's insane. We are delusional. He said a lot of these rappers. What rappers? You're talking about Nas right now. He's not in the frame. He's not in the same conversation.
Gold albums, platinum albums. No, me, Jim Jones. No diplomats, no nobody else. Me, Jim Jones. Check my track record. Then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries. Then check all them niggas' entries and shit like that. And I'm not taking nothing away from nobody. But I hear the comparisons and the niggas be trying to act funny when it comes. No, I've been spanking a lot of this shit. I'm talking about the industry. I've been putting on. So let's not get into that where we get into numbers and I got to show you the statistics of what I've done. You heard to what other people was done. You heard them. You want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no, he didn't. Well, I'm going to put it up right here. They pulled it up. Nas 51. Monthly Spotify listeners, 9.2 million. Jim Jones, 860K. And I don't even care about that. I just, bro, it's not even the numbers, but since you have a lot to say, let's look at the music. Singles released, 79 plus. Jim Jones, 47. Billboard hot entries, 15 plus. I think it was 27. Billboard entries. I don't think he had anything except Ballin'. I think that's the only thing I've ever heard Jim Jones do. 2 songs. I don't even know what the second song is. All I know is the one We Fly High. Platinum albums 8. Crazy, they're both from New York. That's why it's crazy to me when people see like the beefs. I've seen New York rap, like beef with New York more than I've ever seen New York beef with West. But these guys be beefing, like the biggest battles were like New York versus New York. MC Shannon and KRS-One. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Queens of Harlem. Like, how do you not have that level of respect for Nas, who put on New York rap in the first place? Like, the fact that he's from Harlem and saying this, like, the only thing that he should say right now is that Nas is goated. The only thing Jim Jones should say is that Nas is untouchable. I hope one day people can see me as big as Nas. Nas is someone we don't speak about. That's it. But like the ego I get it's hip hop, but bro, like that's crazy. Like what level of space you could be in and you speak on people who are already goated in the field. Like a basketball player of recent just completely disrespecting someone of old, just saying, I'll shit on them. You know, like what? Like that means like you're not even playing in the same sport. Like if you can disrespect someone of the past who is goated in that field that you're in, what does that say about you?
Viral. Nas debate is going viral. You see it on TikTok, you see it on IG, you see it on World Star. You see it everywhere. But one of the things that brought me joy and happiness was that it's unanimous. This is one of the rare times in hip hop where everybody agrees on one thing, like everybody agrees. Jim Jones is nowhere near Nas. So everybody agrees with that. Everybody's doing videos, think pieces about that. But here's the bigger issue. It's who he was sitting next to. He was sitting next to Don Cartagena and Top 5 Dead or Alive off the strength of one LP, Fat Joe and Kiss. And that's where the conversation got nasty. It got ugly. Because to have two of Nas's peers, two of his contemporaries, have to listen to that and give no meaningful pushback that's what made it bad. Because
I think they did.
Jadakiss's body language, he was like, and you saw Fat Joe's body language like, nah, Jim trying to. But
Fat Joe got a case now. I see around. He got something else to deal with. I don't even know why he's doing this podcast right now. He got some crazy case going on. And I think Jadakiss, I think he tried, but I guess he's got to let him speak. I mean, what is he going to do?
The fact that they let him go in on Nas like that when they got songs with Nas, they've done projects with Nas, that's what made the conversation even uglier. The Fat Joe Jadakiss podcast isn't good. It's just not a good podcast. They don't say their real thoughts. They're holding back because of friendships in the industry. And it was crystallized in the interview with Jim Jones. So I'm giving the Fat Joe Jadakiss podcast one mic.
Yeah, I think that for sure, like nowadays, the fact of people really enjoy, I think, influencers and people in the space that can speak on whatever it is they want to say because they don't have friendships, in the space. Like, it doesn't matter to me we could just be honest about our thoughts and opinion because we don't have, anything particular. There's no dog in the race where we could say, okay, we except to me, the truth. I mean, at least from me, just speaking the truth as much as possible. But yeah, I think that's what definitely makes like YouTubers and influencers and people in that space much more interesting because they could speak their piece, and seeing people who are supposed to be quote unquote professional but then they're like teetering the line and don't want to say what they have to say, that definitely makes a difference. And I think people have become more in tune with people who are willing to just speak their mind. But I don't know what the deal is with this. I mean, honestly, there's just the fact that it was a conversation, but I couldn't find the original. The original was actually it wasn't even Jim Jones who started it. It was actually another young man who was being interviewed and he said it, which was very strange, which was off. I couldn't even find that interview. That's kind of where it stemmed from. And the fact that the youth, I think like the fact that the young, I don't know, I guess I don't see them as fans of hip hop. Maybe that's the case. They just know one-off things, one-off songs. But I guess I have a hard time understanding how anyone could be in hip hop today and not really know its trajectory and history. Like, I don't know how that's possible. Like, why would you even consider making a statement that you're not even completely unaware of? If you're new, right? Like, okay, like if you're new to basketball, like this is why I don't understand hip hop. Like, if you're new to basketball and you don't know the greats, let's say let me go back to Michael Jordan, but then you go and say this new person or like is like way better than Jordan, and you don't even have the stats really to show for it. And it turns out that this person had like X amount of trophies, X amount of championships, X amount of whatever. And you don't even, like, how do we even speak on it? How are we in the same room and you can't even, like, why in hip hop is that okay? I just don't, that's the part that I don't get. Like, why do people just feel the need to just speak on it when it's clearly not the case, right? So if you're new to it, that's fine, but you can't speak on it to that level. They said Nas, I haven't confirmed this. I haven't gone to, but I mean, this is a screenshot that Nas responded with. This is a Nas response to Jim Jones with the IG post on top of the world, surrounded by black successful businessmen, drinking expensive wine, talking life. I don't know, maybe there's a podcast I'm not familiar with. Some seek fame because they need validation. Some say hating is confused admiration. He already hit him with a bar, if that's the case. Hit him with a bar. Some seek fame because they need validation. Some say hating is confused admiration. That line hits because it really feels like Jim Jones is seeking validation with that, with all the stuff he was doing. Because if you don't need to be validated, you wouldn't even say any of those things. So I don't know. Respect the GOAT. Respect Nas. Respect the industry titans, of hip hop. And hopefully no one speaks on these people ever again. But that stuff really, I don't know. It's crazy to me. Anyway, y'all, that's been today. That's been some of the current stuff that kind of got to me. Is the Pusha T diss. I didn't get a chance to make many videos about it, so I just wanted to go live about it. Pusha T, I can't wait what he's going to drop. I can't wait to see what else he's going to continue with. So Beat Song is probably one of the most fire songs out right now. I can't imagine people saying that they're worried about Travis Scott or that Travis Scott not on the level to be dissed. It doesn't matter. I think he has a right to fully diss Travis Scott in every way, shape, or form and tell the public what is going on. So for people saying Pusha T, he only does this when he does the album rollout. He's just, like, it's petty for him. I mean, he's telling the public the secrets and the things that we don't know about. That's worthy of attention, and it's worthy of discussing. It's worthy of attention. Like, who cares? Like, we're not really invested in these people that much. And if Travis Scott was able to drop a song with Drake, completely dissing Pharrell Williams, and he was just there the day before, showing him the bar, the song, and then he doesn't even tell him about it, that's something to put in your music. That's worthy of putting in your song. Drake going and teaming up with this Morgan Wallen guy in, like, this country singer who some people are saying is racist. I don't know enough about his history. I don't know anything about country music or anything about that artist, but that's what I'm hearing. I haven't confirmed it from people. It's scary for Drake to be a part of that, especially after all of the things that Kendrick has called him out for. Being a fake, phony, lack of having a real identity, being artificial. And he doubles down on that. To me, is crazy. But I think Drake is really trying to find a way to put himself in the forefront. I think he's doing a good job, quote unquote, in bouncing kind of like through all of the hoops that he's already known for. He's trying to get in front of these people, And then the last of the Nas and Jim Jones conversation, to me, probably is going to die down. But to me, no one should speak on the GOATs of hip hop. And it's sad and pathetic to me that Jim Jones had something to say about this or even egg that conversation on. Even if it wasn't him who brought it to the light, he should have been the first person to say, Nas is goated. Like, Nas, we're not even going to talk about Nas. I'm happy and honored that this young man felt that my music is more current and he knows me more than Nas, but wow, I grew up on Nas. And if he grew up on Nas, if he knew more about hip hop, he would probably know that Nas is goated. So that's something that to be more honorable to be said by a rapper. Well, anyway, he's not even, I guess he's retired. I don't think Jim Jones makes any music, but that would have been more honorable for him to say. Anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with this. Have a blessed Sunday. Love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace. I'll leave this run just for a couple minutes. See any of the last comments. NBA Finals are tonight. If anyone's into basketball, Game 7. Crazy that this has gone to Game 7. I don't know. Probably don't have a lot of basketball fans, but it's kind of crazy. Pacers in Oklahoma City, 3-3. Getting that last game, it's gonna be. I'm sure it's gonna be a hell of a game tonight. That's gonna be really exciting for both either side that ends up winning. All right, y'all. Peace and love. I'll catch you on the flip. You too, Nikki. Have a blessed week. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. And keep your YouTube going. Y'all follow Nikki Lewis. She's great. I love what you do. Keep doing it. Keep going. Keep going. It's good to see. I love it. And thank you for always being here.